wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Next on Madden NFL 25.
It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital, but luckily for us, we have our heaters cranked all the way up here in the booth at Commanders Field.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started.
And we are underway from Commanders Field. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So the Commanders make their way out on offense for the first time here. And it's the rookie Jaden Daniels, the number 2 overall pick, leading the way.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Robinson with another carry.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
A solid stiff arm. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
13 yards there and a Washington first.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And it's caught.
And the Commanders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Robinson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out come the Eagles for the first time, and the man in charge at quarterback in his 5th year now, Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 24.
They'll start with the option.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Here's Hurts to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession, as they've got it looking at a 4th down and 2.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
Handful of carries last time out there. Finished it off, Charles, with a short touchdown run.
Yeah, and that's pretty nice for him to be able to do that, because normally where they were on the field, it's going to take some muscle to get in there, right? It's going to take some power because things are so stacked up, well blocked, and he was able to get into the end zone somewhat safely.
Yeah, that's the thing. Several of those carries last drive, he had some good holes, some good options. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Now Daniels. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Here's Tressway now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Returnable here from the 38. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. And how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Delay of game. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still second down.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Throwing is Hurts.
Over the middle to Smith. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
Here's Daniels.
This will be caught by Brown.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
To the air goes Daniels.
Eluding the press. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
This pass hauled in by Dotson. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Delay of game.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still second down.
They'll set up to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Smith catches left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
In motion left, the tight end.
Barkley is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown.
Well, it took almost 3 quarters for them to get their first touchdown of the game, but it may turn out to be worth the wait. This has been a heck of a battle so far, but they finally punch one in here to take the lead.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Back now at Commanders Field.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
A gain of 3, second down.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 54 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Daniels.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 33-yard line.
He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Dante Fowler who got in there to bring him down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. In motion left comes Brown. On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Smith.
And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll go to Barkley again.
And that should do it. He's got a first down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Down to a knee goes Hurts, and that is going to be that.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from Landover.